There's a convenience store a block from my place. It's a corner unit. It has fluorescent lights that hum louder than the fridge. It also has fake marble tiles cracked near the register like a tooth with a cavity. I walked in because I didn't want to think. It was one of those nights where hunger is just background noise to the boredom. I grabbed two energy drinks with colorful cans. They kind of tasted like cough syrup filtered through a car battery. I didn't look at the other aisles. I already knew it was there. Some shrunken muffins and shrink wrap, beef jerky that costs more than rent per ounce, and a sad display of e-liquid bottles labeled things like Blue Raz Rage and Crispy Melon. I don't know. None of it's real. It's just loud and begging for attention. At the back was a food kiosk. There was a touchscreen bolted to a metal pedestal. The edges are sticky like soda had exploded nearby years ago and never been wiped off properly. The screen was dim, and there was a backlight flickering like it had asthma. Someone had peeled the corner of the screen protector just enough to catch pocket lint. I tapped through the options. I pressed chicken tenders combo, even though I didn't want chicken tenders. I just didn't want to choose again. And then I saw it. At the bottom corner of the screen, half cut off by the interface, it said, "By using this kiosk, you agree to our terms and conditions." It was tappable, so I tapped. The screen loaded a page that didn't fit, a bunch of text spilling off the edges, and a jittery scroll bar, almost like you weren't supposed to read it. It said things like, "We reserve the right to collect your data for marketing and optimization purposes. We may share anonymized behavioral logs with our affiliates." And, "You consent to all modifications of these terms without notification." There was a sentence about geolocation tracking, another about biometric preferences, a line that implied the kiosk could remember how long I looked at each menu item. I stood there reading it like it might confess something. It didn't. The cashier walked over, early 20s, ponytail, nose piercing, said, "Do you need help finding anything?" I said, "I'm just tired of looking at kiosks." She blinked, like she wasn't sure if it was an answer, and then nodded. She said, "Okay, if you need anything, let me know." I waited in silence for my food. The screen reset itself, back to, "Welcome. Tap to begin," like I had never been there. When my number popped up on the grease-smeared overhead display, I grabbed the bag. It felt too warm in some places and cold in others. The fries had already gone limp. The tenders were sweating through the wax paper like they were anxious to leave. As I walked out, I noticed a tiny sticker under the kiosk. It was torn, half covered by dust. It said, in crooked font, "Smile, you're on camera." I didn't.